time for Hallmark Channel's Christmas movies, a timeless Christmas movie review. No spoilers, we're not going to give anything away. It is a Hallmark Channel movie, so I don't know if I could give anything away. You probably already know what's going to happen, but that doesn't change the fact that we're going to review it and talk about it. I may be known for making horror movies, but in my heart, I love romantic comedies, and that means when Christmas comes around, Hallmark Channel is what I tune into. Timeless Christmas. And this had a little bit of a different spin than what we would see a lot of the Hallmark movies with the time travel aspect of it. Now, they've done this a few times. I think it was A Knight's Christmas, I believe it's a Hallmark movie. But either way, this one, I really enjoyed this one. I love time travel movies, so when you take a romantic comedy, you add time travel. I love it, right? That's exactly right. And remember, I'm not a film critic. I'm a movie reviewer, and I love just about everything about every movie, so I'm usually not harsh on them at all. So let's start off here with A Timeless Christmas, and let's talk about what is happening here. It is 1903 in Cutter Springs, in this nice little town, and Charles Whitley, he is played by Ryan Pavey, General Hospital fame, I believe, is a very dedicated to his job, business professional, very, very smart gentleman, very sharp. His parents died when he was 14, and of course that causes a lot of commitment issues for him, afraid that people are going to leave, and so he doesn't really get attached to people. But so he's turned that being able to focus on work into making millions of dollars. As a matter of fact, he has the Whitley Mansion, which is one of the biggest houses, or probably the biggest house in town. And so he's made himself into a millionaire, and he is focused on that. Now, he is engaged, as the movie starts off, to a very, I would say, another socialite, right? He's got to make sure that when it comes to money and fame, or not fame, but politics and city politics and all that, that he marries the right person. But is he really in love with that person? We're going to have to see during the movie. He is one of those that's not super attached to anybody. Because he focuses on work. Now, he goes to an auction. He buys his fiancée this beautiful Christmas clock. Has a nice engraving on it, talking about finding your true love and all of that. And the plans are to give this to her at Christmas. But they get into a little bit of a scuff right at the beginning of the movie because she wants him to come to the city, to Manhattan, to spend Christmas with her family. He is not into Christmas. He does not see the time for it. As a matter of fact, as the carriage brings him back to his big giant mansion from the auction, there's 2 wreaths on the door, and he's like, 2 seems a little bit excessive. And so that kind of sets up the fact that he is not a Christmas person. He doesn't slow down for it. His house staff has an amazing tradition of a Christmas party every year. He just never attends. He's not into parties. That's not his thing. He would rather work, and he's working on something for his mill at the moment. Now, something happens with the clock. I'm not giving away too much. This kind of sets it up that he fixes the clock that he's going to give her because it's broken, and he can't give that to her. She's left. She's aggravated, so she's gone on to her parents' house. He winds the clock, and there's an inscription on there, wind the clock at the Christmas moon. You will find your true love soon. He sets the clock down. Something starts to happen. He passes out, and he wakes up in modern day Cutter Springs. And when he wakes up, he is still in his mansion. Of course, he is still wearing his 1903 very sharp attire, by the way. And he comes downstairs to find Megan Turner, who is played by Erin Cahill. Excellently played by Erin Cahill. I really enjoyed her in this movie. Great expressions. I felt like great depth, great connection with Ryan. I think that was they did a good job in casting that. And she runs the museum of the Whitley House. And each year they do reenactments and Christmas time and things like that. And people come through and check out this big giant mansion of Charles Whitley, who disappeared in 1903, who absolutely vanished. Now, we know where he went. He jumped over 100 years into the future. Erin and Ryan develop kind of a relationship. She decides she's going to try to help him. Once she comes to the understanding that, yeah, this really is the real Charles Whitley, comes to the realization that she's going to try to help him figure out how to get back to 1903, because a lot has changed since he's been gone. The company he started just went into receivership when he completely disappeared. His fiance might have gone off and married somebody else, and there was a lot of things that happened, and he needs to get back and fix that. Of course, Megan Turner, Erin Cahill, does what she can to try to help him. Now, in the process of that, through the experiences in Cutter Springs, which is a city that I would love to visit during Christmas, wish that was really there, because all of their Christmas traditions and the things that they do, he starts to experience that and starts to realize, maybe Christmas isn't a complete waste of time. And maybe if you're sharing it with someone you care about, that maybe it even has more meaning. So as Megan Turner tries to help Charles Whitley get back to 1903, a relationship starts to develop. Now, I'm not going to go any further than that. It is a Hallmark movie, and you probably will understand what could happen. Remember, he has to get back to 1903. She is here in the present day. They do start to have this relationship. What is going to happen to that? Now, to find out, you're going to have to watch the movie. So, watching this movie, I didn't watch it. I downloaded the Hallmark channel. I downloaded an app, right? So I subscribed to the Hallmark channel that way. Lots of commercials. Which is fine. That's how we pay for movies. I totally understand that. But I will say, this is a movie that every time a commercial started, I was like, because I was really getting into it. I thought the pacing of the movie was well. I thought the acting in the movie was well. I thought adding the time travel, wrinkle was really well done. I thought it was really well written. And Ryan Pavey playing Charles Whitley, I got to say, that guy is super sharp. I thought he did an excellent job with this, and I enjoyed his acting, and I really felt that him and Erin Cahill, I thought that they had a good connection on screen. I thought it came off really well. I haven't heard the behind the scenes. I always love to hear the behind the scenes. In my movies, you have a couple of people that come off really good on screen, and they don't like each other, behind offset, right, when the cameras are off, but sure don't get that feeling here with this movie. So, A Timeless Christmas. Should you watch it? Absolutely. If you love romantic comedies, you have to watch it. If you love the Hallmark Christmas movies, you have to watch it. This one adds the wrinkle of the time travel. We've seen it done in the past, but they did a really good job with this one. This one is based off of a book, and so I'm kind of tempted to go check that out too and see. Of course, you get more in depth with the book, right? But A Timeless Christmas, I say you've got to see it. I really enjoyed it. Good acting, well done script, filmed very well, good pacing. Any movie that I get frustrated when a commercial comes up because I'm really into it, that's a really good sign.